Hey, bitches, it's me, your fearless leader, Katie motherfucking Boyd. So I'm waiting for my husband to come into my podcast studio because we're going to be podcasting for this week. If you haven't listened to last week's podcast, it was all about why you're a broke bitch. And how tomorrow's podcast is going to be all about broke bitch rehab. How to go from being a broke hoe to a rich bitch. So that's what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday's drop of the Bitches podcast. So I'm waiting for Matt to come downstairs because he's a freaking slowpoke. Oi. And I wanted just to hop on here because today is the last day Mercury is in retrograde. And if you're watching this on Sunday, yesterday, Saturday, was October 1st. And that means that we have 3 months. That's right, 3 months, 12 weeks before January 1st, the start of 2023. And I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk about two things. Just quickly, a little bit about what to do now that Mercury is leaving retrograde. Allah fucking Luya. I don't know about y'all, but this was one of the hardest Mercury retrogrades I've ever experienced. If you guys know me and you guys are my friends, you've been following me here for a really long time, or you're over on my Ambitious app, you guys know that I actually like Mercury retrograde. I think it's a great time to really take a deep breath, take a step back, see what is actually going on in your life, kind of recalibrate and restart and really just take a step back and say what the fuck am I actually doing? Why am I doing this? What am I trying to accomplish? And I feel like with Mercury leaving retrograde today and then tomorrow we're going into the post shadow period. So everyone thinks oh, Mercury has left retrograde, we're safe. And it's actually not true. There's a whole post shadow period around when Mercury leaves retrograde. So the next week or so will be a recalibration of the energies. So don't go freaking mental. Okay, just because Mercury's left retrograde doesn't mean there's not going to be some hiccups and some abrasive energy. Okay, so a couple of things with this Mercury retrograde. I feel and this is going to tie into what I'm talking about for the next 3 months of 2022 going into 2023. I feel like we think we owe the world something and we fucking do not. Okay, you do not owe anyone anything. The only person in the world that you owe anything to is yourself. Okay, I know that you're oh God, Katie, shut up. You're so mean. Well, you know what? This is not the blow smoke up your hiney friggin' movement. This is the ambitious movement. So that being said, I'm never going to come here and be yay, love and rainbows and flowers and unicorns, even though I love all that shit. But the real truth of the matter is we don't owe anyone shit. The only person that we owe anything to is ourselves. So my biggest advice for you going forward is circle your wagons. So really take a consensus around you and say who is filling up my cup? Who is helping me feel the best that I can feel? Who is supporting me in my ambitious evolution? And at the end of the day, that's all that you should be caring about. Okay. So circling your wagons, making sure that the people who you interact with every day are filling up your cup, and also not just filling it up, but also giving you a runneth over of your cup, because I feel like we are accepting the scraps in life, and no one here is supposed to live a scrap life. No one on the earth was put here to live a scrap life. You have to do certain things to get your life to the place where your cup isn't just full, but it's actually running over. And the running over of the cup is what you can give to other people. The fullness of your own cup is to you. Okay? So if you are pouring into people from an empty cup, you're doing it from a really dark place and a negative place and a place of ego. So that's number one. Check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself with that. Stop sharing everything with everyone. Okay, stop sharing everything with everyone. Matt, you can come on in. I told everyone you were getting ready for the podcast that you were being a slowpoke, so I thought I would go live. So stop sharing everything with everyone. You don't need to tell everyone your big moves. You don't need to tell everyone your big dreams. You don't owe anyone shit again, okay? So stop oversharing. Only give people enough, right? And the ones that are really truly in your inner circle, they don't care. They don't care how much money you make. They don't care, where you're going for a vacation. They don't give a shit about your fucking stupid Louis Vuitton bag. The real people who are meant to be in your life care about your health and your wellness and you living your best life. So stop telling everyone your big dreams, because that's why when you tell everyone your big hopes and dreams and aspirations, that's when people can go out and put their foot out and trip you. That's when people can send you the evil eye, like people talk about, and those psychic attacks, right? I'm going to do a whole podcast about how to protect your light and how to protect yourself against people who are haters, who are sending you, like the evil eye, psychic attacks, bad vibes, all that stuff. So I'm not going to get too far into that today, but stop telling everybody all your shit. Like move in silence, okay? Keep shit to yourself. Only tell your peer groups what the fuck you're doing, and everyone else just keep them wondering. It's none of their fucking business, okay? So those are the two things I want you to really focus on after Mercury leaves retrograde. And the next thing is we have 12 weeks before 2023. And I look back on the last, 9 months of my life and I'm like, damn, like I have killed it. But I've also had a lot of snags. But for the most part, I've been doing the most. And I'm really fucking proud of myself. But, I'm a human being just like everyone else here, and I'm not perfect, right? So here is kind of the things that I channeled today in my meditation that I hope that can help you step up and be the best you that you are going to be going forward for the rest of 2022. I'm also going to be doing a podcast about how to make 2023 your bitch. So keep your eyes out for that. But here's what I want you guys to focus on in the next 3 months. Okay, you ready? Get out your notebooks and journals, take some notes because this is really important. Number one is I really urge you to set some clear-cut, concise boundaries with the people around you. Okay? I don't care if it's your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your clients, your church friends, your sewing circle, your garden club, whatever the fuck you crazy kids are into nowadays. Okay? But I want people to really know who you are and what you stand for. Like my grandmother always used to say, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. That being said, we get so upset with people and they're like, oh, Susie was really mean to me and she said this to me, or this person just thinks that they can just do whatever and use me, and oh, this person only comes around when their life is shit and they want my advice. Well, guess what? You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. So if people are coming and doing this, it is not because of them. It is because you have weak, leaky, sucky, really thin boundaries. Okay? And I have been culprit to this myself. I was talking to Matt the other day. I'm like, I don't understand why this person thinks that they can say these things to me or treat me this way or act like this, blah, blah, blah. And he looked at me and he goes, it's not their problem. It's yours. And I was like, but he's right. He's 100% right. We teach people how to treat us. The second thing is I want you guys to take radical responsibility for where you're at in your life. So if you are not where you desire to be, it is no one else's fault except your own. And I know a lot of people are like, Katie, that's so mean. Ooh. No, it's not. It's the damn fucking truth. And that's why it hurts you. And that's why it makes you feel some sort of way. Because I'm telling the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, if not all the time. So take some radical responsibility in where you are in your life. And if you are not where you desire to be in your life, there is people, there are friends, there are coaches, there are motivators, there are mentors that will help you do it to take your life to the next level. Okay? The third thing is do something absolutely crazy. So tomorrow begins our October's installment of our A28P or our Ambitious in 28-Day Crash Course Protocol. And these girls are going to do some wild ass shit for the next 28 days starting tomorrow. And I promise them, if they follow everything that I say to a T and they do the work, they will be literally unrecognizable by the end of these 28 days. And I mean in every way, shape, and form. I mean energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, the whole 9 yards. Okay? So do something audacious, think outside the box, go out on a limb, take a risk, and do something absolutely fucking crazy. Because that is what's going to shift your life. Nothing good comes from a comfort zone. The audacious and the fucking whack jobs that everyone's like, oh my God, she's crazy. People say this shit about me all the time. They're like, this bitch is crazy. Yeah, I am fucking crazy. Yeah, I am crazy. I am crazy because that is the only way to evolve, is to be absolutely out of your tits. All right. The next one is, and I think I kind of am beating a dead horse, but be selfish. Just give yourself a moment in time to think about nothing and no one other than yourself. And people will come to me and like, oh, but Katie, I have children. I have a husband. I have all these responsibilities. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know you do. But guess what? If you wake up every day and you like roll over and you say to yourself, what horrible holy hell is going to face my day today? And you are just like a fucking zombie, a zombie with your children, a zombie with your significant others, a zombie at work, a zombie. If you're showing up like, brains, like all the fucking time, are you really being the best mother, wife, friend, worker, etc.? Probably not. So give yourself a moment in time to just be selfish for once and watch your whole entire world just go to the next level in every way, shape, and form. And guess what? You will be a better mother. You will be a better wife. You will be a better significant other. You will be better at your job or your business. You will show up in a different way, and you will attract the energy that you are putting out into the universe. You know, everyone's like, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. I want to have the body of my dreams. I want to look like this. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I was like, you know what though? You can't be, because you are not at that vibrational frequency. Making $1 million a year has a very different vibrational frequency of making $10,000 a year. And $10 billion has a very different vibrational frequency of making $1 million a year. And having a certain, health and wellness and relationships and home and material things and money mindset and, boundaries all have their own vibrational frequency. So if you're not living the way that you desire to live, your vibrational frequency is fucking off because you're not doing the shit that you have to do to be the person that you desire to be. In the first part of H2AP, I have my shaman. Follow him at Earth Shamans Kaylin, and also the Monk Library. My shaman is absolutely incredible. His name is Kaylin Rain. And before we start H2AP, and before I go into any kind of coaching, mentorship, Ambitious Academy event, when someone purchases my whatever I'm offering, I have my shaman Kaylin douse their energy. I'm not going to get into how he does it, but he energetically douses their energy, and then he gives me an Excel spreadsheet of what everyone is vibrating on, what everyone's frequency is. Okay? If they're not vibrating at above a 90 frequency, they're not even allowed into my programs. They're not even allowed into H2AP. They're not even allowed into Ambitious Academy. They're not even allowed into a mentorship program. I will not do healing sessions with them. They cannot come to Bitchapalooza. And it's not that I'm like, oh, these people are trash. I just desire, because I have very clear-cut, concise boundaries of who I'm going to spend my energetic frequency and time with. And then what I do is at the end of my protocols, at the end of H2AP or whatever we're doing together, my shaman douses their energy again and shows them how much their energetic vibrational frequency has come up, has risen from doing the work of whatever we're doing in Ambitious and working together with me. I love quantifiable things. I think the spiritual realm is very esoteric, and everyone's like, love, peace, and hair grease, man. And like, ooh, la, la, la. Oh, yeah. Swing my pendulum, touch my titties. No. They're a place for that. But I want numbers, and I want to show people, this is where you were at, and then you did all these things, and this is where you are now. And now you're going to start vibrating at a different frequency, and you're going to start attracting different things into your life, right? Isn't it so cool? It's so freaking cool. And I don't charge for this. I work with my shaman on this. It's very, very, very important. And I hadn't done this before in my business, and I just started doing it recently, and it's literally changed the trajectory of my business. So like I said before, be selfish. That will change your vibrational frequency. And the last thing I want you guys to do for the remainder of 2022 is live like you were dying. I know. I'm a dark bitch. I never said I was a light worker, by the way. I'm a shadow worker. I'm Hecate. I'm Persephone. I'm the Black Madonna. I'm Kali. I'm not here to be like, oh, you're a special snowflake. No, I'm like, let's all die so that we can go to the next level and be reborn. And I mean energetically, obviously, right? I'm never going to show up and blow smoke up your ass. I'm never going to be like, yeah, just put a crystal in your bra and it's going to make everything okay. Yeah, just go make some moon water. Oh yeah. No. I'm going to be like, I'm going to fuck your life up and I'm going to make your whole life burn to the ground so that we can rebuild and be rebirthed. That is what true spiritual energetic evolution is. And any healer that tells you it's all love and light and rainbows and unicorns and like Polly fucking Anna, they're smoking the crack pipe. Run. Or don't run because you are that same vibrational frequency of pseudo-narcissistic spirituality, toxic positivity, and spiritual bypassing. Not my fucking jam, okay? So live like you are dying. What does that mean? That means wake up every day and say, how can I be the best I can be in my life? What are the things that I can do to take my life to the next level, right? That is what spirituality is all about. And it's about doing things audaciously, taking risks, being crazy, being out of your tits, right? Taking radical responsibility, having these clear-cut, concise boundaries. Like, if you have to lift your leg on every hydrant in your fucking neighborhood, then do it, honey. Because that is what it's all about, all right? So live every day like you are dying, because at the end of the day, I hate to be a dark bitch, but here we are. You are dying. I'm dying. We're all fucking dying. What do you think that this is? This is not a fucking dress rehearsal, honey. All right? This is the opening night on Broadway. So let's start showing up in our lives, like I say, being the HBIC, the head bitch in charge of your ambitious life. And anyone else that's like, just journal about it. Just rub some lotion on your nips. Go take a hot bath with Epsom salts. Shove a rose quartz yoni egg in your vagina. Like, that is all cute. Like, I call it baby witch shit. That's amazing. But the real dark work is what is going to make you go to the next level. It's going deep in the shadow and sitting with that bitch and being like, why am I fucked up? Why am I the way I am? How do I go to the next level? And stop surrounding yourself with a bunch of people, especially if they're claiming to be healers or motivators or mentors or coaches that are telling you that, you know, oh, just do this thing and you'll be healed. If your body and your auric field and your energy and all the things that, you know, make up you and who you are telling you that you are not healed and you still have work to do, then that is the truth. Okay? And no one can do the work for you. Any healer that says that they can do the work for you, or any coach that says that they can do the work for you, it's dangerous and it's scary. A great healer, a great motivator, a great mentor, a great coach will say, here are the tools. And now you choose the appropriate tool for your work. That's it. And anyone who says different, run for the hills, because it's going to be a dangerous, bumpy ride for you. Okay, so that is my advice for the next 3 months. Mercury's leaving retrograde. Hallelujah. And do these things for the next 3 months and watch your whole entire life change. And on top of that, when you start 2023, you won't be a sack of shit being like, oh man, I wish I just worked out for the last 3 months. I wish I just was motivated for the last 3 months. I wish I got my shit together the last 3 months. You will go into the new year, okay, already being ambitious. When was the last time you went into a brand new year on top of your game? Come on now. All right, guys, I'm going to go podcast with my man so we can make more rich bitches. That's my goal. Or just be a broke hoe. I don't really give a fuck either way, but I'm going to live my best rich bitch life. All right, guys, happy Sunday. I love you all. And in the meantime, don't forget to stay ambitious. Mwah. Love you.